Welcome to 123 Geek presents Review Rewind, and this is history of Sonic the Hedgehog. The year was 1991, and a team of 15 set pen to paper with the first designs of Sonic the Hedgehog coming to life. The team was headed by two co-creators, Yuji Naka and Nato Yoshima, alongside their game designer, Kirokuza Yasuhara. The concept was simple in their minds, however, finding the correct character proved more difficult than they initially thought. Sonic wasn't a hedgehog at first. He was an armadillo, a porcupine, a dog, and a surly man with a mustache. As the discussions raced on for what Sonic's character design should look like, Oshima was on a trip to New York City. As he was in New York's Central Park, Oshima decided to start sketching on some boards, showing passers-by, and attempting to gauge their reactions. After many failed reactions, Oshima struck gold with a hedgehog, and thus, Sonic's design was born. Oshima was happy with the outcome, as he wanted a character even kids could draw. Now for the finer details of Sonic's design. Oshima wanted Sonic to have a cool attitude, and was very into American culture. He loved leather jackets, emblems, airplanes with nose artwork. When he presented his vision of Sonic to the higher-ups, Sonic was a super cool pilot. He earned his nickname Hedgehog due to how his hair always stood straight up. In the end, as we know it, Sonic was just not going to be a pilot. But in the title screen emblem, Sonic screams, "I'm a pilot." Now for Eggman, or as we have it in the West, Dr. Robotnik. This is a bit of an interesting one. In April 1990, Sega commissioned its AM8 R&D department to create a character who would replace Alex Kidd as the company's mascot and compete against Nintendo's flagship character, Mario. The idea as we have it was an egg-shaped character who later became the visual design for Eggman. During the creating the main antagonist of the franchise, the team wanted a character as a complete opposite of Sonic. So, basically, a character that represents machinery and development. Once again, they also wanted someone easy for kids to draw. The level design of the game is something of legend, and it screams Sonic the Hedgehog. Well, it does to us now, and that's thanks to Kirokuza Yasuhara. One of the major characteristics he wanted was for every level and the world of Sonic as a whole, really, was to have smooth geography, like loops and tunnels and multi-scrolling and lots of objects, for example. The rings on the screen, all at the same time. It was to really showcase how well the Sega Genesis, also known as the Mega Drive, could handle it. Yasuhara stated that he didn't have proper game design documents. Instead, he would sketch it out on paper, and then he would just show the drawings to the artists and discuss how they would go about making it. Every single level would be drawn by hand and assembled from a limit of about 64 parts or panels in each zone, though some would be off limits since they were considered background assets, and you didn't want to get rid of background assets. Anything that they decided not to use, they'd simply just draw an X through it, and then that would be it. It would be scrapped, and that was the end of that little piece. So, that's basically it. It's simple, but memorable. Sonic has undergone so many changes over the years, but honestly, I believe every change is needed in some way. It really shows what the fans want. It shows that Sonic is growing, and is going to continue to grow. I, for one, have been a Sonic fan since I was very young. I didn't have a Sega Genesis when I was younger. I was a Super Nintendo fan myself. But when I did play Sonic, it was one of those games that stuck in my mind and my heart forever. When I got older, I got the Dreamcast. Sonic Adventure. That was probably one of my favorite games, and to this day, it's still one of my favorite games of all time. Sonic is just one of those games when you look back that has always been enjoyable. Maybe the voice acting was below par. Maybe the art was not the best. Maybe the story was terrible. And maybe everything about the game was bad. But you know what's interesting is we all keep coming back for more. We don't give up on Sonic. Because Sonic the Hedgehog is legend and always will remain in our hearts. That was Sonic the Hedgehog Review Rewind by 123geek, and if you can do me a favor and please smash that subscribe button, smash that bell icon, and smash that thumbs up, that would be so fantastic. And thank you so much again for stopping by 123geek. Have yourself a fantastic week.